Howdy folks, welcome back to my Lincoln Creek farm. And our raised beds are starting to look a little bare. We finished pulling the rest of our carrots and our onions on this side, getting ready for our fall planting in those beds. You'll have to stay tuned for what we plant in those. Our peppers are doing tremendously well. These are really starting to fill out since we've pulled the bed here and weeded it. And just today, we got our corn pulled out of this bed. And we've got quite a mess of grasses to pull out of that. But with this leaf mulch, leaf compost, I mean, it's as easy as just barely pulling on it and they come right out. I mean, the soil is so loose, you don't have compacted soil. And it's really easy to pull these weeds out of these beds. A couple of okras that I planted in here with this corn, I just pulled about 3 off of that one, so still getting some off the drum planter that we did there. The soil has really started to wash out and has went down quite a bit in there, so something that we'll look to improve for next year. But we've got another bed of corn, this bed here, and we're going to pull these next. Start getting these raised beds ready for our fall planting, so stay tuned. Alrighty folks, well, we got the other corn bed done, and as you can see, we still got quite a bit of grass in there that we got to pull. But so now these beds are about 10 inches deep. Well, they're probably about 8 since they've settled just a little bit, but a lot of folks say, you know, you ought not be growing corn in raised beds. Well, look at those root balls right there. And them corn never did lay over. We had that one storm that laid them over when they was really small, and they stood right back up, no issue. And you know, you can see where it started tapping down into the native soil where it starts getting red there. So there was no issue at all growing in these 10-inch deep, well, 8-inch deep raised beds growing corn. So don't be afraid to try growing your corn in your raised beds along with your green beans. These green beans really helped out these corn this year produce. We've got a lot more ears off this year than we did last year, and I attribute a lot of that to these nitrogen fixing beans right here. These beans will take that nitrogen and release it through the roots back into the soil, and that corn just loves nitrogen, so they're a good companion crop to plant. We're going to get busy trying to get the rest of this weeds out. We still got quite a bit of stuff growing in here that we'll be bringing you updates on. You can see our watermelons in there starting to develop, and we've already picked a couple cantaloupe. Looks like we got one right there. It's just about ready. Let's test it. Let's see what we got. The way you know your cantaloupe are ready, come right down here to where it attaches and just stick your finger under it. Just give it just a little bit of tug and it'll let go if it's ready. And that one's not ready to let go, so we're going to let that sit a little bit longer. We got to get down here and thin our squash and our zucchini out. Our zucchini's just about played out, so we're going to pull it and might go in with one more planting of it before we get the frost. So, well folks, we started doing a little bit of weeding over here in our strawberry bed. We got most of it pulled, still got a little bit right in there we need to get, but wanted to take the cover off and let it get some unfiltered vitamin D. And I don't know about these calendula marigolds, they're still kind of blooming, but yeah, these squash and zucchini beds pulled real well. Killed a bunch of squash bugs that was roaming around. I just squashed them in my fingers. Looks like still got quite a bit of nasturtium that was underneath that are still kind of growing a little bit. Got this one big marigold here on the end. This is that crackerjack marigold, and it actually had rooted itself down here, and you can see it's kind of like a tomato. You know, it wherever the stem will touch, it starts putting these little root fillers out, and it had rooted itself. So that thing there's just really taking off. I'm just gonna let it go. But we're gonna amend this soil just a little bit, top it off with some organic fertilizer that we got, and we'll probably come back in here with another plant and see if we can get another mess of squash and zucchini before it frosts. But I appreciate you joining us for this update here at my Langton Creek farm. We're gonna try to get on out of here. Starting to hear some rumblings in the distance, and I'm sure there's probably gonna be another storm come through. But we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.